Have you considered doing yoga? Seriously. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you're listening to this is another episode of Absurdly Aquarian. I'm Sophie, and today is the day that I introduced to you one of the topics that I'm the most passionate about in this world, and that is yoga. Anyone who knows me personally will know that I come from a ballet background. I was practicing ballet for a good 15 years. I was on the way to becoming a professional ballet dancer until my ankle gave in and there was no more. But I beautifully found my way into yoga, and I've been practicing for about 6 years. I'm currently in the process of becoming a yoga teacher, so that's a really, really exciting new step for me that I am so stoked that I finally mastered up the courage to do. But today I want to talk to you about all the reasons why you should include yoga in your daily practice. And I think especially for men and people who don't really consider themselves too flexible, yoga is a little bit intimidating and maybe even slightly scary. And I want to talk you through why that's not the case at all, how you can start, how you can make yourself feel more comfortable, and all the beautiful benefits that we can all get from practicing yoga on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, whatever fits your schedule. What you do for your body is perfect. So let's get right into it. Yoga is a practice that originates in India, and it takes your body through different stretches and strengthening poses that are meant to help stimulate your body. And depending on what kind of yoga you do, there's heaps of different kinds of yoga. For example, one of my favorites personally is yin yoga, which is a form of yoga where all the poses are meant to be deeply stretching, and they're held for up to 5 minutes, usually between 1 and 2 minutes, but you can go up to 5, and it goes into the deep muscle tissue, the myofascia. And by practicing this yoga, you can not only release a lot of physical tension, but a lot of emotional tension as well. One of the beautiful new discoveries that I have found is that a lot of the emotional tension that we experience, we store in our hips and glutes, which is why when you're going through a period of extreme stress or you've just experienced emotional trauma, you tend to get back pain, especially lower back pain, because your glutes and your hamstrings tense up to store all this tension, and it means that you're left with a sore back. So to get into it, first of all, I want to give you kind of an idea of how I started doing yoga, because believe it or not, I wasn't always as into it and as flexible as I am today, and maybe give you a few pointers on how you can start your own yoga journey. So I'm obviously coming from a background of flexibility, which is not the case for everyone, and I completely respect and understand that. But starting yoga isn't hard. All it takes for you is to dedicate 10-20 minutes to yourself. Go on YouTube, look up a video for beginners. I've got a lot of favorites. There's a channel that I follow called Boho Beautiful, and they've been doing yoga for years now. I've been following them pretty much from the beginning of their channel when they were still starting out. It's been almost 6 years now, and I'm still with them because their content is just that good. So starting out doesn't have to be hard. You can obviously go to a yoga studio. One of the ones that I really like in Aberdeen is Love Yoga. They've got a very relaxing atmosphere about them, and you can choose what kind of classes you would like to do. But you don't even have to pay or get yourself involved in a gym, which this is another thing. I recommend that if you do yoga, don't practice it at a gym, because usually you will be deprived of the relaxing aspect, because a lot of gyms do workout yoga, which is a wonderful thing in itself. But to me, the true benefit comes in when yoga, the physical practice, meets the mindset and the spiritual relaxation that can come from it. So my tip would be, find yourself a proper yoga studio where people are trained to teach yoga and where meditation and mindfulness is included, because that's the biggest benefit that I've found from yoga, is the incredible benefit of like getting your mind in the right place. Because when I started yoga, I was just coming out of ballet. My mind was heavily engaged with that, and at first I found it quite aggravating doing yoga because the stretching is held for so long and a lot of the things I couldn't do, and I didn't know how to get started. But you have to stick through it, and a couple weeks in, I was experiencing so much relaxation, and it led me to being more in tune with meditation, wanting to be more mindful. And 6 years down the line, I'm still loving it. I'm still practicing it almost daily if I get the chance to. So that goes to show how much practicing this sport can really impact your life. But don't just take my word for it. I've looked up a couple of benefits of yoga, and here are just a number of the beautiful benefits that you can get from practicing yoga. Yoga obviously improves your strength, your balance, and your flexibility, because it's, at the end of the day, it is a workout, especially if you're doing Ashtanga yoga or faster flows. It can be quite challenging, and you definitely get a good set of abs for it. But because it helps you to stretch, to strengthen, and to balance, it can also relieve back pain. And I think, especially in our generation, because we're used to sitting so much, because we're not stretching enough, and we do store a lot of stress. A lot of us experience back pain when we really shouldn't. Back pain is something that shouldn't become an issue until you're in your 50s or 60s, when your body is slowly starting to be deprived of energy. But a lot of my friends suffer from back pain because they're not stretched well enough. So this is a big thing, especially if you're into your workouts, if you go to the gym, if you do the squats, you should be stretching, not only because it will improve your posture and help you to strengthen, but also because none of the work that you do in the gym is truly beneficial for you unless you can use the muscles. And to use your strength, you have to be flexible, and you have to be able to get your muscles in the right shape and form. Another benefit of yoga is that it can ease arthritis symptoms. Personally, I've got a history of arthritis in my family, and I sometimes experience it in my hands, and I can vouch for the fact that it's truly helped me to improve my flexibility in my hands, but also helped with all the symptoms I was getting, especially in cold and wet weather. Yoga benefits heart health because the kind of cardio you get from yoga, combined with the relaxation and the meditation that is usually included in the practice, is so helpful for your heart. Getting your heart pumping and then relaxing it at the end helps you to strengthen your heart muscle, because for all y'all that didn't know, your heart is actually a muscle that you have to strengthen and keep working so that you don't experience problems in the future. So heart health is a big thing yoga helps you with. It also is extremely good at relaxing you and helping you to sleep better. I think most of us, especially after COVID, have been having trouble sleeping. I know quite a few people who experience nightmares, who have trouble falling asleep, who don't seem to be able to relax anymore because there's constantly something on their mind. And we really don't give enough credit to how much physical activity and like stretching can improve your state of mind. So much of our energy is stored in the muscles, and if you've ever done a really heavy workout and you come out of the gym and you're absolutely soaked in your own sweat, you're exhausted, it actually helps you so much to relax afterwards because there's no energy for overthinking anymore. And this also significantly helps to improve your mood. Scientists have found a long time ago that physical exercise can be extremely beneficial for people with depression and help you to understand not only your mind better, but also have a like point of release for all the overthinking, for all the negative emotions that you're feeling. In the same sense, yoga can help you manage stress, which especially in our society where we're always kind of running on low, there's 1,000 things going on in our days at once, and most of us don't really know where our head is at half the time. I think practicing yoga, even just 15-20 minutes a day, I prefer to do my yoga at the end of the day because it helps me settle down for the night and kind of gives me a break after doing work or being out socializing all day. It kind of helps me bring myself back to myself, be back in my body, and experience the feeling of being grounded again. Yoga definitely helps to improve your posture, which even has is proven to have slimming effects. I mean, working out is a wonderful way to get your body toned up and feel better about your body anyway. Not that there's anything wrong with not wanting to work out, but there's so many mindfulness benefits, and having a strong body really helps you have a strong mind because you feel more capable, you feel more ready to take on life every day. Yoga helps to keep your joints healthy, which is so important. There's so many activities nowadays that we do, like swiping on our phones, like doing tedious tasks, typing. All these tasks are very heavy on our joints. Walking on pavement is another one of those. If you ever found that if you've been walking around in the city all day, you've been walking on pavement, you come home at the end of the day and your ankles hurt, that's because pavement is not meant to be walked on. Our feet require a lot more cushion. So helping your ankles and your joints in general by practicing yoga is so helpful. Yoga can help lower blood pressure, which is so helpful when it comes to improving not only your mental well-being, but your emotional well-being, because a lot of the times when you have high blood pressure, you often experience feelings of anger, frustration, just heightened emotions a lot more than you do when you have too low a blood pressure, which can lead to you feeling sluggish and lethargic and just overall less capable of showing up in an active, productive way. So by practicing yoga, you can definitely improve this point in life as well. On top of everything else that I've just mentioned, yoga helps you to make healthier life choices. Have you ever found yourself in a position where you notice your diet has kind of gone off the rails? You're not feeding yourself well, which means you feel sluggish a lot, so you don't work out as much, which means that you feel less capable and you start having negative mind chatter, all these things are connected. Our bodies are so holistic, and it's crazy how much changing one slight habit can have an impact on our entire lives. One thing I really wanted to talk about is how yoga can help you see a broader perspective on life. So for me, the beautiful part of yoga is not just the physical exercise or the mindfulness or the meditation that comes along with it. All these things are wonderful and they really improve our lives, but what I find the most inspiring is how much yoga is connected to a philosophy about life, how our bodies are our vehicles to life. They help us move through the day, every day. Our feet take us various places, our hands do all these different things for us, our mind assists us in living our lives. Our entire body is so connected and helps us move through the day, helps us move and make all these different things possible that without a physical body just wouldn't happen for us. And to give back to our body and feel connected to it again is such a wonderful feeling, because not only are you grounded in yourself and you feel yourself be more in tune with who you are and how you came to be here, but you're also creating a practice for yourself that helps you stay on top of things, helps you stay in the right mindset, and helps you show up for yourself. Because when you take the time to do even 20 minutes of yoga, that's 20 minutes of your day that you dedicate just for yourself. And I don't think people realize enough how much of an act of self-love that is. Yes, doing skincare and pampering yourself and buying yourself flowers, nice gifts, that's all wonderful. But if we neglect our body and the temple that it really should be, it's hard to feel grounded and loved, because although we're doing all these external things, internally we're still in turmoil, and it's hard to come from that place and feel truly grounded and happy. So I hope that some of my tips can inspire you to start practicing yoga. Yet again, Boho Beautiful is one of the best channels I've found on YouTube to assist you with your yoga journey. You can go to a yoga studio, you can look up online where else yoga is possible. Soon enough, I'll be able to assist you as well and offer my own yoga classes, which I'm so excited about. But I hope this gave you maybe a little bit of a pointer towards what else there is out there to assist you in living a healthy, happy lifestyle, because you deserve to take care of your body. You deserve to be happy and feel loved by yourself. You deserve to be healthy, to take care of your body. Every body is so beautiful, and it deserves to feel stretched and strengthened and relaxed. So I'll leave you with that. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see you back here for more.